You are now listening to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast Season 2. Chill! Yes, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. At this time, I got my special guest here from the podcast. I got jchavonne in the building. How you doing, Miss jchavonne?
Hi. Hey, Mr. Ken. I'm fine.
How you doing?
How are you? I'm just so excited and nervous at the same time.
You're not the only one. Welcome for being on my show. And let's start the interview.
Yes. Okay. This is so exciting.
All right, so.
Huh?
It is. All right, so where are you from?
I'm from Texas, Houston, Texas.
Okay, nice. So what inspired you to start a podcast?
What inspired me? Well, funny thing is I used to call chat lines. So yeah, so I used to call chat lines those like party lines where all the people come and just be on one line and start talking to a whole bunch of strangers. And I was calling there for a very, very long time. And every time somebody came around me, they was like, you should get your own show or you should get your own talk show. And that's when I first heard about podcasting because they mentioned podcasting. I didn't know what it was. I'm like, podcasting? And I was like, yeah, they was like, it's kind of like an online like talk show thing. They like, you should definitely get one. I guess they just like the way I talked or I don't know. So I was like, wow. And I kept hearing it from like just not one person, just everyone that came across me while I was calling those lines. And I finally start looking into what it was. And I thought that I didn't have any of the resources. I was like, I need a microphone. I need this. I need that. How I'm going to start it. I'm not, I don't know any of this type of stuff. And what started it off was Messy.fm. That's like another podcast system app or whatever. And it was like, you don't need any microphone. So I was like, this must be God, because I was asking God, like, this is something that I really need to get into. And it was like, you just need your voice. So I was like, that's a sign from God, because I didn't see nothing like that before. So I went into it. Yeah, I went into it. And then how I ended up on Anchor was, it was like comments of other users. And it was like, messy is too messy. Go to Anchor. So I'm like, what's Anchor? I'm like, what's Anchor? So I went over to Anchor and it said you can just record right off your phone. That's what was so different. I was like, wow, I can record off of my phone. So voila, I'm here and I have, I'm a podcaster now through Anchor.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to have you here.
Thank you.
So tell us about your podcast show, Surviving the Journey Podcast.
Surviving the Journey Podcast. Well, journey. We all have a journey. We all has gone through. We survive a lot of things, and by the grace of God, that's what it stuck out to me, that I have been embarking on a journey, and I haven't been on this journey by myself. And I just really think it's important for everyone to share that journey. I think it's really important for people to discuss the things that they've gone through. It's like a sense of healing and hope. That's why I like Surviving the Journey. You have hope there. You direct it somewhere and you're going to make it. So I just really liked calling it Surviving the Journey, because that's really what it's all about.
Okay, nice. And y'all, I do check out her podcast. It's a very great show, so I need y'all to check it out. It's on Anchor, Apple, and Spotify. So check it out, y'all. So what is your goal for? What is the goal for your podcast?
My goal, I want to reach so many different platforms. I'm still growing. I want to just take it far and beyond just podcasts. I want to just really just get to the point of speaking out to so many different people that may need help. But as far as like my goal right now, as while I'm growing, I just want to reach different people, more people. I want to be more supportive. I was on and off for about a good minute, so I want to be focused and more supportive, because I was good at that at one time, and then my mind got all started tripping, and I was like, I need to get back out there and be supportive, because I know this is a dream of mine, but I just want to it's still good to share your dream and be together on a lot of things. So that's what I really want to be focused on. That's my goal, to be more supportive.
Okay. Nice. So what is one thing that you are passionate about?
Passionate about. Wow. No, I wasn't trying to make fun of you. I was really thinking about it. What I'm passionate about. You know what? That is like a really good question. And you know what? I have been asking myself. I've been asking God so many times, like, what is my passion? And honestly, I believe it's food. But I don't know. My passion. I like communication. I like getting to know people and learning their story. That's a passion of mine. So anything with communication, I really do feel like this is a good reason why I am doing podcasting, to reach out in communication. So that's my passion.
Okay, nice. I like that. Okay, so we're gonna switch gears a little bit. So as we know, last Sunday, Kobe Bryant, Giovanna Bryant, and 7 others were killed in a terrible helicopter accident. How do you feel about that?
Still shocked. I'm really shocked about that, because I just couldn't believe that even happened. We thinking about, a lot of death is just, when it's sudden like that, when we don't see it coming, of course it's going to shock us, but we just really did not see that coming when it to be Kobe Bryant. We're thinking, like, that's not supposed to happen to him. He's still young. Even though he might have retired, he still was very much in his prime. Just couldn't believe it. And I just couldn't believe that not only that he died, his baby girl had died with him. And I'm just thinking about his wife, Vanessa, and I'm like, wow, for her to lose her husband and her baby girl, that is just tough. And thinking about not only just her, but her other sisters, they lost their sister. It's just so crazy. But it's amazing what Kobe was going to do with the WNBA. He was on his way there he was gonna like really shake it up. Like, he was gonna really do something good for the WNBA. His daughter was gonna really follow in his footsteps. She already was. You see how her frame was when she was like, did you see those like highlights of?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
She was just like him. He's just a female. And I'm like, oh my God, it's crazy. But no, he's definitely greatly missed. He had a huge impact, a legendary impact on not just basketball, but the whole, just all of entertainment. So yeah, he's definitely missed.
Yeah, and it is sad, hard to believe that he's gone though. But rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, daughter Giovanna Bryant, and everybody else that was involved in that accident.
Mm-hmm. You have a strong accent. Where are you from?
Oh, well, I have Bayesian and have from down south.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I hear the accent.
Yeah, I got a little bit. All right, so on one of your recent episodes, you mentioned mental health. Mental health. How does mental health affect you?
Mental health. When you say affect me, like, what do you mean?
I mean, like, have you dealt with it?
How did I deal with it?
Yeah. How do you deal with it? Yeah.
How did I deal with it? Okay. Well, it was something that started up when I was like a little kid, when I was like 11. And I knew what it was, but I didn't know exactly I guess, the diagnosis or anything like that until I was 15. I was hospitalized when I was 15. I had blacked out at school, and then the ER, dad came to school, and my mom came and picked me up to take me to the hospital, and they admitted me, and that's when they started asking me questions about what I had been going through. So then at that point, I wasn't really getting no sleep. I was all behind in my classes because I wasn't sleeping. I couldn't sleep. I just was so I was so much in a dark place, to the point I just didn't really want to live anymore. So at that time, they had put me in into therapy, where there was depression, anxiety, PTSD, that's post-traumatic disorder, stress disorder, and insomnia. And that's what I was going through from 15 all the way up to my 20s. I'm 31 now, going on 32, but that was, especially in my 20s, at least when I was going through that as a teenager, I was still going to school. But in my 20s, I had stopped going to school. I was going to school for massage therapy, and I had stopped going to school, stopped eating, and I had locked myself up in the room. And that's when I did start calling, chat lines, just a way to just escape or talk to people through that. But I was always in a dark room dealing with that, with mental health. So, and then I just started going back to therapy recently. I had to kind of stop for a little bit after my mom died. I didn't really, the thing about therapy, I didn't really like it at first when I was a teenager. It was a blessing, but I didn't really like it at first because I didn't want to look at myself as someone that had mental illness. I didn't want to look at myself as crazy. A lot of things had changed when I started going to therapy, because now it's like a spotlight on you. Like, if you have any type of thought or express yourself in any way, they're thinking like, uh-oh, she's having one of her moments. Like, it's not funny, but it's like, uh-oh, like, did you take your medicine? Like, it got like that at the beginning, and it irked my nerves. I was like, see, that's why people don't want to talk about it, because people want to look at you differently or treat you differently. And it's not that they mean to. And that's another thing I grew up to understand, that I know sometimes it may seem insensitive when people treat people like that, but the real truth is they really don't know. And that's why it's still good to speak out on both ends, for someone that probably never have gone through it to get an understanding, and for the person that has gone through it to, yes, be a little understanding too, because they don't know. It seems ignorant in a way, because they don't know. I used to get mad when I used to get treated like that, but I was like, you know what? This is something new for them. We're coming from a time where people have to hold that in.
Yeah.
Right? To hold that in and not talk about it.
Definitely.
What did you say?
No, so I was agreeing with you.
You can't talk about it. It's nothing to talk about. Or people going to think something's wrong with your family, and it's like a shame and an embarrassment. And people are just now speaking out, and I'm just so glad for it, because we need more. You never know what somebody is going through. You never know, right? Yes. You just never know. Even if they seem like they got it all together, you just don't know. So for mental health to have a voice, it's a great blessing. It's a great change that is really about to take forth, and I'm really happy about it. And also, I just want to, to anyone that is going through it, I was saying before on one of my episodes, I don't believe it's a life sentence. It's something that we're going through. It's something that we need help on, but I don't see it as that we're being set for life, like we're never going to break through from it. We're going to break through. So I just want y'all to just keep on hanging on and having the hope that you will break through.
Yes, and I want to say thank you for sharing that, because I actually do go through it as well. And I have mentioned it in a couple of my episodes, but I want to thank you for sharing that, and
Yeah.
you can inspire everybody around the world on who don't know how to open up about it. So I want to thank you
Thank
for that.
you. Yeah.
So, so what made you give your life to
What
God?
made me give my life to God?
Yeah.
What made me give my life to God? Well, I'm trying to figure out how to really answer that. What made me give my life to God? Well, my mother, God rest her soul. The best thing you can ever do as a parent, not even as a parent, just the best thing you could ever do for a child, just anybody, when they just don't know the Lord, is to teach them about the Lord, to teach them about Jesus. And that's what my mom did at a very young age. At probably, I don't even know how old I was, 3 or 4. I know, if anything, I knew about Jesus because she taught us about him. She taught us that, that we are loved. And then if there's, that he will never leave you or forsake you. There's anything that you ever go through, even if you may feel alone, that you're not, because you have your heavenly Father. You have your heavenly Father watching over you, and he loves you. And to show how much he loves you, he sent down his only begotten son, Jesus Christ. And she taught us that at a very, very young age. I remember when I was like, I think I was like 7, and I was dealing with homework. I sucked at math. I could not stand math. Still to this day, I need deliverance from math. But anyway, so I was going through math homework, and I was struggling, and I was like breaking down, crying, and I was like, Satan, get behind me! Satan, get behind me! I was like, Jesus, help me! and I was just like, I'm laughing because it's like, kids. It's funny that kids say funny stuff as a kid, but for real, for a child to be so young and call out Jesus' name, that is a blessing. That is a blessing. And so I can't even remember when I gave my life to Christ. I know I knew it, and I loved him at a very, very young age. Now, when I gave my life to Christ, I would say again, maybe, because sometimes we do stray away, and we have those times that, even though he never let us go, it's just those times when, it's those times. So it was a real dark time where I had faded off, and this is where I was dealing with depression. So, how old was I? I would say 27. 27. 27. I was 27, and I had begged God to end my life. I told him, please, God, I don't feel like I'm worth living. I don't seem to really be doing much. I feel like dead weight. I feel like you made a mistake. I feel like you... all these things I was saying to God, I was begging him to just erase me from this whole entire plan. And I don't know, my sister had came to see me, and she said, have you been praying? And I said, yes. And she said, okay. She said, this is the reason why I'm coming to see you. She said, because I didn't even know what made me come to see you, but I just want to tell you that God is answering your prayers, that he hears you, and that he's going to help you get back up. So she invited me to church, and ever so often I was like, I don't want to go. I'll go next time. Because I kept thinking that I wasn't ready to go to church. Because I kept thinking, like, Lord, I haven't been in church in so long. Lord, I haven't done this. I haven't done that. So she asked that day. She said, "You gonna come to church with me?" But anyways, you have to wait because I'm in the middle of a show. But yeah, so as I laid back, I know I heard the Lord's voice say, "It's okay. It's okay. You can get up. It's okay. You can get up." And from that moment then on, I had went to the church and I joined, and I've been going to church ever since. So there you go. That's how I've been in church, going and gave my life back to Him, even through in the hard times. And this is how I know God has really been helping me even more with that, because even during the hard times, I still kept going to church, even like when I really didn't want to. I still got up and went to church because you need that covering. You need that covering.
Right. All right. So, what is your dream venture? Something that you always want to do?
My dream venture, something I've always wanted to do. Wow. It has to sound realistic or something.
I mean, it don't have to.
I want to do a lot of things. I wanted to be, have my own cartoon about outer space little girls that took over the planet. That was like one of my first dreams. But that's when I was a kid. But that dream held up for like quite some time. I ain't really let it go till like probably when I got grown. And but no, dream ventures. Okay. I would like to run a business. I would like to run a business where organic, like snack foods, like a Lunchables, but like healthy foods. That was one of my things I want to get into. I'm still like, it has to be a dream of mine because it never really went anywhere. It's just interesting because I don't really know where it came from. I'm like, why do I want to do that? I never went to business school or anything like that. But I've always thought about that. And I've always wanted to get into breadsticks. I don't know how that came about either. See, a lot of things happen with food. I told you one of my passions is food. And those are things I have wanted to get into. But like I said, for the most part, always though, is getting to travel all around the world to meet different people and I guess to learn their love language, like what they got going on. So yeah, I guess I will take Traveler for 500, please.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So what other project you have going on?
What other projects do I have going on? Well, I had just started launching a business. It's called Trinot Life Change. I'm an associate with the company, and they have natural supplements and CBD, not CBD oil, CBD fluid, because our body is full of water, and when you take that oil, oil and water does not mix. So how does it, really? It's gonna take even harder of a time to absorb in your body. So the fluid, it has water in it, and it absorbs in your body. So these things, it's natural. It doesn't have anything extra. It's definitely from herb, because just from the beginning of time, God has been healing all the plants and herbs. So that is definitely what I have been getting into. That's really what brought my attention to it, because of its natural herbs. I'm not going to tell anyone to stop taking medication, but my goal is to not take any more medication, because drugs and all this stuff, it just numbs everything. And I'm just not into that. I just want to heal naturally, so the products that we have, it may not heal you, but these products will assist your body to heal itself. So that's what I have going on. And anyone can be an associate. They can, they can hit me up if they want. If they want to be an associate to earn extra income or side income, it's more than just earning an income. I mean, that's great to earn an income, but I'm really into the health and the wealth part about it, and that's really what it's truly all about. So yeah, that's what I got going
on. Okay. So what do you have to say for anybody going the same route as you?
What say for everyone that's going on the same route is to remain focused. When you're focused, you don't have any distractions. When you're focused, you don't have to worry about distractions because you're really putting your all into that thing. That's definitely something that's really important that I need to keep telling myself, to remain focused, because you just don't want to fall off track. And people are going to be so amazed when you are done, when you're like at the top of beyond what you wanted to go. You're going to go even further. People are going to be looking at you like, what the hell? Like, how did you do it? Because you remained focused. And something that had always stuck with me as a kid, I remember I had always had a problem with paying attention, because I always used to really be in a daze and stuff, and so it would take me a much longer time to grasp something. So so they had definitions. They had us all in groups, and one team had to beat the other teams to do so many definitions, and these was these big words, and you had to look them up and you had to write them down and all this other stuff. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And it just seemed like everybody was ahead of me, and they was just looking like, dang, you gonna struggle, because I didn't have any as many done as everyone else. So I just told myself that I was going to just focus on these words, and that's what I did. I kept words, and before I knew it, I was ahead of everybody in the class, not just one team, the whole class. And they're like, dang, how did she do it?
No, I'm saying.
And I'm like, what? Like, they could not believe, because I went from barely making it to above everybody in the whole class with those words. Like, I was so ahead of everybody. And that what stuck out to me about being focused. When you're just focused and you right there with God, and you're like, okay, Lord, keep me here, guide me on this thing, and you just focus on whatever he has you to do, he gonna just take care of everything. So just remain focused. That is what I want to say, and just never forget it.
All right, Miss jchavonne, I just want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, Mr. Ken. I would love for you to be on my show one day.
Yes. Please let me be on your show. I definitely want to. And I didn't want you to drop all your social media so everybody can reach you.
You can find me on Instagram, Pure Gemini 2211. That's PureGemini 2211. That's on Instagram. On Twitter, that is jchavonne, J-Chavonne, J-CHAVONNE. You can find me on SoundCloud, Surviving the Journey. You can find me on Spotify, Surviving the Journey. You can find me on Apple iTunes, Surviving the Journey. And I'm still working on my Facebook page, so where I post all of the episodes on there, which will be Surviving the Journey Facebook page. So I'm still working on that. But yeah, that's where you can find me, guys. And I'm just so glad to be on the show. And congratulations to you, Ken. I saw you on Tamron Hall. I saw you. Congratulations to you. You're going to be on that stage one day. You're going to have your own stage. Yes, sir.